Hello everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to another episode right here from Universal Studios, Florida, where Halloween season is in full swing. The park all decked out for Halloween Horror Nights. This will be the last official Horror Night update video here on the channel before the big night being Friday, August 29th. So I'm excited to check out basically in the last remaining couple of hours before the park closes. Tonight is actually team member previews, so that's excited for all of you to get to experience the event. But we're gonna be here just for the last 2 or 3 hours, just covering what we can in a very short amount of time. So join us guys for another episode here of ParkTwister on the channel for Halloween Horror Nights, the last major update video, and basically just our final thoughts, because it's hard to show off so many different things in such a short amount of time. The park closes at 5 today, so we're just going to be going around and talking about our final thoughts on what we can expect, some changes to the event being made this year, and go from there. So join us guys for another episode here on the channel. It is very refreshing to be back. I'm so excited for this year's event. It's been a long time, but I'm glad that we can finally talk about Horror Nights again. I'm so glad that we can finally talk about Horror Nights again. I wanted to spend the day discussing the new tribute store, because normally in years past they would do sort of pass holder previews during the team member previews, like the day of for Horror Nights. So a little interesting they're not allowing us to go inside quite yet. It is in a new location this year. Maybe they have some more kinks to work out. It's gonna be in what is normally the Palace Arcade, adjacent to Revenge of the Mummy. So I get why maybe they decided not to hold previews quite yet. Maybe they'll do it tomorrow. Maybe we'll be rushing back here again for another video. I don't know, but yeah, we just have so much to look forward to. The the tribute store, as it's known, is always like a go-to place to kind of chill during the event. I'm very intrigued by the new location to see if it'll be worth doing again next year. I've already discussed it in another video, but you know what, we'll just have to come back. Probably our next visit will be opening night, unless they decide last minute to have the store open tomorrow. But aside from that, some changes other than the tribute store coming this year. Again, I've already kind of brushed over it, but the new policy for Stay and Scream, if you don't know what that is, long story short, Stay and Scream is basically a way to get into the houses early. You can enter the park basically throughout the day with your normal annual pass, or if you have a daytime park ticket. There's also a specific pass that gets you in at about 3 p.m. called the Scream Early Pass, which basically allows you to have full park access a little early without buying a whole day pass. But once you're inside the park, you basically queue up in like a certain holding pen. Previously, there would be the holding pens in New York, the front of the park over by the Today Cafe, and then Springfield. Those are like the main ones. San Francisco in years past has also done the sort of Stay and Scream zone. And then once it gets closer to the event start time, you go and queue up for whatever house you want. It's a good concept. It gets you in the park a little early. There are shorter waits for, of course, the houses before they let everyone else in at the front gate at about 6:30. And this is sort of a way for the park to clear out the park from regular day guests that are not attending Halloween Horror Nights. A great idea, loved it. I do it every opening night, but this year, instead of doing that, they're giving out wristbands, and then the wristbands are how they know who is here actually for Halloween Horror Nights. I believe you can pick up your wristband at about 3 or 4 o'clock, which would be about the time that you would normally go and stand in your holding pen for Stay and Scream. So now, while using your wristband, you can line up for the houses, any house you want, not just the ones in your designated zone. So you can go ahead and do that, I believe, starting at 4 o'clock on each event night. So a cool concept. I think it's a good test. You know, I didn't know how I would feel about this when it was confirmed that they would be going about doing this. It's becoming more apparent why. It's because of the Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit deconstruction. They don't want you walking around a bunch of like a big construction zone, because over where they normally would have you queue for houses back by Fallon is now coaster construction for the new project going into that area, but also the project where they are taking down the old coasters. So I still am concerned that it might be a bit of a bottleneck, because now to enter, I believe, 3 or 4 of the soundstage houses, you all have to go down the tiny alleyway next to Minion Mayhem. That used to be like the queue lineup for just one of the houses. Now you got like 3 major IPs back there. Like, it's gonna be a bottleneck. I know it is. I know it's gonna be congested. It's gonna be chaotic. But hey, it's Horror Nights. We're used to it by now. So that's just like my one gripe, my one opinion. I think it might work out for this year. I don't know long term if it'll be a good move to do the sort of wristbands and then also have all the houses where you enter back that way. I think that might just be a temporary thing because of the rocket construction and the progress back there. That just might be the way they're doing it this year while they take down the old ride. Okay, one of the last updates that I did want to bring up, actually, and again, brushed over it prior, but it is over here at Mel's Drive-In. The sign, the classic sign that says, that spells out die-in at the top, of course returning, but they are building on that idea. They're gonna have zombies in the street. It's sort of an unofficial scare zone. I kind of like these unofficial scare zones they're doing this year. They have Club Horror over in San Francisco, and then they have Mel's Die-In. The zombies at Mel's Die-In, the zombies at Mel's Die-In, they're gonna be out on roller skates, hopefully, parading the streets. Hopefully they'll keep the restaurant open as well, and they could like roam inside while you're eating. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this year only 4 scare zones. They usually have 5, so this kind of makes up for it, as well as Club Horror. I'm glad they're doing these little meet and greets, or like these little extra things. They're also gonna have Art the Clown roaming around. Gonna be terrifying. I cannot wait. I'm finally watching the Terrifier movies, so I'm preparing for Horror Nights and all the gore, though they're very gory movies, not for the faint of heart. So, you know, watch at your own risk. No place is safe, according to Universal. That's also why they're doing these sort of necklaces. Yes, you can buy a chicken necklace. That's what I'm calling it. They're gonna be these light up necklaces that you're allowed to wear throughout the event, which was just announced. I have not been able to talk about it yet. And these sort of basically tell the scare actors, hey, don't scare me. I'm a chicken. And, you know, the only rule is that you can't wear it in the houses, so you're not safe there. But this is sort of because apparently this year there are no safe zones. Normally you can hide out in the Minion Cafe, you can hide out in Louie's, which this year being turned into a Five Nights at Freddy's crossover. So all these safe zones are basically gone, and you won't be able to hide out in them while everyone else, you know, is getting scared. And these will be called the Deathly Afraid necklaces, and will run for about $20 a pop. So, you know, if you have that friend who doesn't like horror, doesn't like being scared, this might be a good investment. To me, it just seems like another cash grab, but also I understand other parks have been doing this for years. I believe Knott's Berry Farm has something like it, Carowinds has something like it, most Six Flags parks. So, you know, Universal just trying to kind of cater to that market, especially now that there will be no place safe, according to them, because Art the Clown might be lurking about in the shadows wherever you step. So, you know, I think it's a good move. I like that they're having these sort of roaming characters and basically catering more to the fear factor, which Horror Nights has always been about, right? But I'm glad that they are really driving in hard into that aspect of the event, which is what it's all about at the very end of it. At the end, it's all about that horror. And you know what? I'm just gonna throw this out there, a little ParkTwister tip and trick that I have learned throughout coming to the event. If you just carry around like a drink, doesn't have to be alcohol, just any beverage. The scare actors won't scare you. It's just a little trick. They don't want you spilling your beverage. You know, that's just something I've learned coming to the event throughout the years. So you might not need to buy a Boo necklace. Trick that I picked up on coming to the event that might work out for you if you want to try it before spending $20 to purchase the necklace. So, you know, that's a little freebie. That's a little trick that might help you prepare before you go through the scare zones. Just a little tip and trick from me to you. Well, that's gonna do it. Couple more days, folks. Just a couple more days until we can finally get through the arches, the gates, and experience Halloween Horror Nights 2025. I cannot wait. Gonna be an amazing year. We've had a lot of Epic Universe content, but now it is Halloween Horror Nights time to shine. Guys, we'll see you on opening night. Cannot wait. Gonna be an amazing time. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Have a great one. Have a good afternoon. And for all the team members going tonight, have a great time as well. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. And how can I forget? See you in the fog. Okay. See you guys.